and welcome to everyone who is tuning in today. Welcome to our Table Talk session, House Hunters North Bay. We are thrilled to have you here. I am Jade from Student Success Services. Now let's give it up for my amazing co-host Talha. He'll introduce himself and get this awesome session rolling.
Hi everyone, my name is Talha. I work with Student Success Services. I'm here to help guide our discussion today as we explore everything about finding your perfect place to live. Before we start, we would like to do a small land acknowledgement. We do this to express gratitude and to honor the indigenous people who have lived and worked on this land historically and presently. We would like to begin by acknowledging the indigenous people of all the lands that we are on today. Canadore College is located in the Robinson-Huron Treaty Territory, and the land on which we are presenting to you from today is traditional territory of Nipissing Anishinaabe. While we meet today on a virtual platform, we would like to take a moment to acknowledge the importance of the land that we each call home. We do this to reaffirm our commitment and responsibility in improving relationships between nations and to improving our own understanding of local indigenous people and their cultures. From coast to coast, we acknowledge the ancestral and unceded territory of all the Inuit, Métis, and First Nation people that call this land home.
Today's session, House Hunters North Bay, brings together two key experts from residence and off-campus housing support to guide you through the exciting beginning of your journey. This session is specifically designed for students who will be attending the College Drive and Commerce Court campuses.
For today's session, our panel consists of Ms. Kress, who is Residence Service Supervisor, and Mr. Panga, who is our off-campus housing support. We also have additional staff who are behind the scenes monitoring the Q&A and answering any questions submitted. Well, so get ready for an exciting session all about finding housing in North Bay. If you have questions about registering for classes, departments, or services, do not worry, we have you covered. There will be another table talk sessions to cover all your questions, which you can register for on the Canada Orientation website, the link for which we'll be sharing it on the chat. We know we have a bunch of eager attendees, so to keep things organized, we will be using the Q&A feature. Your questions will be answered and everyone can see them for added insight. If you want to be discreet, feel free to ask anonymously. Remember to please keep your questions and comments respectful and appropriate. This session is being recorded and it will be made available. Well, so let's dive in and make the most of this interactive experience.
Let's kick off this session by diving into some of the most frequently asked questions that students have asked us about over the years regarding housing, as well as answer some of the questions that some of you submitted when you registered for this session. We will cover all key topics that you have been curious about. After that, we will turn our attention to the Q&A chat box and make sure to address any additional questions you may have. So get ready to have your questions answered and make the most out of this engaging and interactive session.
So the first question is, are there spaces available in residence for January start students? When should I apply for residence and how do I apply to live in residence? I think this should go to Chris.
Yeah, so we do have lots of spaces for the winter 2025 term. You can apply to residence now. Our applications are open. To apply for residence, you just go to canadoresidence.ca. If you're an international student, you would click on the international student in the header. If you are a Canadian student, you click on the Canadian student. It will take you to the housing portal. You make an account, and then it will take you through the application process.
Wonderful. So Chris, tell us what happens if there is no more room in the residence? Is there a wait list, and how do I get on the wait list?
So typically we don't see a wait list happen, as we do have lots of availability. If for whatever reason a wait list does happen, we do communicate that with students, as well as give positions on the wait list. You would join the wait list just by applying and paying the security deposit or the application fee, and then you're automatically added onto the wait list there.
Okay. Jade, over to you.
All right. When is move-in day for residents? How long do we have to move in? And am I able to move in early or late?
Yeah, so move-in day for the winter 2025 term is January 5th, 2025. You have all day. You can pick up your keys for move-in whenever on the 5th. We do offer early move-in for special circumstances. So if you would like to move in early, we ask that you send us an email to our info box at canadoresidence.ca with the reasoning for you wanting to move in, and that will be reviewed through management.
Good to know for sure. When will I receive an email about move-in details?
So we typically send them at the end of November, beginning of December. And then if you're accepted after we send those original emails, you will get them as you move through the application process.
All right, that's awesome info.
All right. So what do I need to bring to residence? Do I need to bring furniture? Is anything not permitted?
So we always say that we supply the big furniture and students just bring the little furniture. So we supply the beds, the fridge, the stove, dining table, dressers, desk, chair, everything like that. And then you guys just bring stuff that you need to live, like your laptops, your clothes, cleaning supplies, all of those sorts of stuff. There is some items that are not prohibited in residents, like mini fridges or freezers, unless if there's a medical accommodation. Our full list of prohibited items can be found on our website, as well as our student residence agreement.
Wonderful. Next question, I see this, a lot of students ask this one. Do you need to buy a parking pass for residents and on-campus parking?
Yes, you do. So all our parking service is done through campus security. You can apply for the parking pass, and then the parking pass that you apply for would cover you for whatever campus you're attending, as well as residents.
All right. Is there laundry on site, and how much does it cost?
So there is laundry on site. We use cards. So they're kind of like a debit card. You load money onto it, and then you can just tap it on the washer or dryer. You do need to pay a minimum $5 to get the card originally, and then you can top up the card with however much money you would like. And we do cash or card for payments towards laundry cards.
Awesome. And can I receive mail in residence?
100%. So we have in each building, we have small mailboxes for any letter size mail. And then our front desk in building 15 does do big parcels. And we have a system, and we would send you an email, and then you can come and pick it up from us.
So,
I have another good one. So can I stay in residence for one semester only and not the full year?
So it depends on if you're a student or not. Typically, residence is an 8-month contract. So if you're a student for the full 8-month contract, it is recommended that you stay in residence for the full contract. If you're only here for one semester, or you're finishing up your last semester, we do allow 1 semester approvals, but those do have to go through management.
You know, can I move into residence after first semester?
Pardon?
Can I move into residence after my first semester?
100%. So you can move into residence whenever. You can also move out of residence whenever.
alrighty. Can I cook food in residence?
Yes. So every suite is equipped with a full kitchen. Microwaves are not provided. So we always recommend, if you like to cook with the microwave, that you bring one of your own. But we have all the stoves and the fridge. You just have to bring your cooking utensils.
Awesome. And can we have pets?
Pets are not permitted in residence. Service animals are permitted with approval through management.
Awesome.
Can we have guests at residence?
Yes, so we do have a guest policy. Sometimes there's blackout dates around final exams that we do not allow guests, but you are allowed up to 9 guests in a month, and you can only have a guest for 2 consecutive nights. You do need to sign all your visitors in and out of residence.
Yeah. How do I get to the residence from Pearson Airport, or maybe from Jack Garland Airport, which is in North Bay?
Yeah, so from Pearson Airport, you have 2 ways. You can definitely take a flight over from Pearson into Jack Garland, or you can take the Northland bus, which brings you into North Bay, and then you can commute over to the residence. If you're flying right into Jack Garland, our best recommendation is either to call a U-Ride or a taxi.
All right.
No.
Are there fitness facilities in residence?
So we do have cardio rooms in each of our buildings on the 6th floor. They are just cardio rooms, though. They are not a full gym. Full gym is located up at the college on 100 College Drive.
Awesome. What is mobile and internet coverage like at residence?
So we do not have mobile coverage. We do not have landlines. We do have high-speed Wi-Fi though, and it works great for gaming and for studying.
Awesome.
Do I need to have a roommate? What if we don't get along?
So everybody does have roommates. Depending on the type of suite you're applying for, you could have anywhere between 1 to 4 roommates. If you do not get along with your roommate, we do have resident advisors, which are students, and then we also have a residence life coordinator, which can help support you in navigating roommate conflicts.
Who should I contact if I have questions about residence?
So the first line I would contact is our info@canadorresidence.ca. And then if they cannot answer your question, they would direct you better to who could.
All right, and last question for you, Chris. Does Canadore College offer off-campus housing?
We do offer off-campus housing. It's at 681 Commercial Street. However, there is no availability for the winter 2025 term as we are full.
Awesome, very good info to know. Thank you.
Now we have some off-campus housing questions, and then they're all directed towards Mr. Panga. What other housing options do students have?
Encouraging students who are looking for off-campus housing to submit their application on the Canadore website for our home share program, which is where we match students and community members together for short-term rentals. We're also encouraging students to look at websites like communities, and then of course Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji.
What is a reasonable cost for housing in North Bay?
With the high demand for housing in North Bay, we are seeing an increased cost for housing starting around $650 per month and anywhere to $2,000 per month for a single room. Now, that isn't to say you won't find something cheaper, but the majority of available units are within that price range.
Good to know.
All right, what is transportation like in North Bay, and how does this affect my housing search?
When you purchase your student card, you will have an unlimited bus pass for the school year, which will assist in your transportation needs. However, any small communities that are immediately outside of North Bay, they don't have access to transit or bus. So if you are without a vehicle, staying in the city would likely be your best option.
For sure. What is the Canadore Home Share program?
The Home Share program is a partnership with community members that are looking to rent a bedroom in their home to students. We then review the program and select who might be a good fit and provide their contact information to that community member. Essentially, we are the in-between, connecting community members with extra space in their homes with students in need of a place to live.
Awesome.
What if I'm having trouble finding a house?
Email the housing department at housing.support@canadorecollege.ca, and we will assist in your housing search where we can.
This is one of the most important questions. What are some tips for avoiding a rental scam?
We agree. We have some tips to avoid scams outlined under the housing link on the Canadore website, and we are strongly encouraging all students to review them prior to starting their housing search. Some of the tips to avoid housing scams include avoiding cash transactions when securing a place to live, exercising caution when encountering aggressive sales tactics from landlords, and then protecting your confidential information. But like I mentioned, we strongly recommend all students review the entire list and the supporting information on the Canadore website.
Absolutely.
All right, last question for you, Topanga. What happens if I do not have housing secured and I want to register for my classes?
As of last year, there is an attestation online when you go to register for classes. The attestation is for you to confirm that you have secured housing. If you have not secured housing, you won't be able to register for classes. Part of being ready to attend classes includes having a place to live.
For sure. All right, thank you very much, Topanga.
You're welcome.
We want to take a moment to acknowledge all the questions that were submitted on the registration form. We were able to answer most of the questions that were submitted. We did have some questions that were unrelated to today's topic on housing. So if you are looking for additional information on medical insurance or registering for classes, make sure to register for one of our upcoming orientation virtual sessions that will cover these topics.
Before we end our session, just a reminder to check out our upcoming table talk sessions. You can register for them on Canada Orientation website. We'll put the link in the chat. The international office, the winter departure session will be happening on December 5th at 8:30 a.m. Make sure to click the link in the chat to register. Make sure you download the first year checklist to keep you on track for the start of the semester. Also, as a reminder, do not forget to download the iSent app. It is mandatory for all international students. If you're a first-year student with a disability and require academic accommodation for your needs, you can register or renew your student support plan with Student Success Services. Please contact us on Student Success now at canadorecollege.ca for more details. We would like to extend a big thank you to all our panelists for making this possible, and a big thank you to all our attendees. We look forward to seeing you at Canada soon.